Father.
Tommy had something like this. Yeah, this will work, Tommy. Thanks. Just put another Bible on top.
Yeah, I said that you loved it.
Yeah, very funny. Set me up with that buffalo wing cheese cracker.
Really? You loved it? You liked it?
No, I didn't like it. That's too spicy for me. You might like it. Bob Schofield, my nephew William. I don't know about my niece and nephews. Eugene and Tony and Bobby. His sister Cheryl and Stacy, I don't think they like spicy food either. Until didn't either. I said, John, do you like spicy food? Don't look at me. William didn't get it from me. I said, well, I know my dad Marcel. So his grandpa, my dad Marcel, likes spicy food, Cajun pepper and everything. William must got a DNA on my dad's side. My dad Marcel. Anyway, let's work this out. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh, there's Ruby's cube. I wonder where they were. I'll shine some light on this. A little bit. I got an idea. Put it like this. Now I got some. Use backlight. Alright. If you front light, you get all dark shaded. Alright. In other words, like a shadow. Okay. Let's say I want to start with the yellow at the top. I'll just look for the corners first. People like to do the centers, like the cross. That's good that they do it that way. The Christian cross idea. I'm a Christian too, but I found out I'm not the only one that likes to solve it quicker. There's a guy on YouTube who does it on the corners and middles. You get it done quicker. But see, when I'm talking, it takes a long time. But anyway, you see, this is the green, yellow, orange. So look for, that's the orange. So the green, orange, yellow. So the yellow goes up here, so you see if you go in. I need to upload me showing how William solved, how to solve at least the top part, because then you could understand that part. But anyway, all you're doing is putting the colors where they belong. And if it's up here, you gotta bring it down to put it where it goes. Just like the pyramid. Alright, you got that to their centers, that. You got that to its center. That's to its center. It looks like a Mickey Mouse. Alright, now let's do this one. Now, let's put the yellow. The yellows could be in here, up here, or somewhere on the bottom. See, that's what you mean getting a call line. Make that like a T. Alright, now we look for, see there's a yellow there, so just bring it down and put it where it needs to go. Same way with the greens right there, so. That goes in here, then you would just bring this and match it up and bring it up. And then do it the other way, the same way. Bring it down, bring it over, bring it up. Just like the pyramid. Okay. Now we got a top done. And the center's color line. Make like a T. All around. Color line. Now see, that's in its place, but it's opposite end. I just do this pattern. See, somebody found this pattern out for something a long time. You do the pattern to do the pattern. Okay. Blue and red goes there. Now this one. See, there's one, it's there, but you gotta bring it down. You do the pattern to bring it down, then do the pattern to put it in. Well, this one's different. You do this pattern. And sometimes you do the pattern. Just like the pyramid, sometimes you don't have to do that pattern. Okay, now you got the centers done. I taught my dad Marcia how to do the top, get a color line and the centers. When I did patterns, that's when I lost him. He got confused. Cheryl did for a while, because I taught her. But later on, she learned how to solve it. Okay. Tim Brown wanted me to explain it, and then he said he'll figure it out on his own. I said, okay. He got one for Christmas. Okay, this is right. That's not right. Gotta find two done, either diagonally or vertical. No. You mainly find them vertical. I'll just keep looking around. See, there's one. Okay, these two are right, because this goes there. This is there and it's in its place. These two gotta switch places. You keep them in the back. And do this pattern. It's either twice or once, I can't remember. I guess maybe I should have did it twice and then once. Because one I do once, then twice. Then if it's another pattern, you do twice once. See, that's there. Okay, that tells me that the once, twice is the diagonal. Because it was vertical, but now I did the twice once and I put it in the vertical. So now I got it in vertical, so I do the once, twice. I keep that right there. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out right. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, that's there. See, blue. Oh, that's there. Okay, blue to the blue, white to the red. These two are there. They stay in front of me. Because the two of these switches in the back, vertically. I go like this, like this. Like this, like this. Once, twice, bring down. Should place. Well, I'm sitting there talking and okay, this is like that. What am I doing wrong here? I'm putting it in the wrong area. Okay, that's wrong. This is right. I'm gonna try it again. See, I think I know what's wrong. I'm forgetting a maneuver is what it is. Alright. See, like to like that stays right here. These two gotta switch. Or do I gotta put it like this for these to switch and keep the ones that are done in the back? Maybe that's what I gotta do. Yeah, that's what it is. Remember, the two that's got a switcher in front of you, not in the back. The ones in the back that will be done. The diagonal stays in diagonal. Okay, so that's right. That's in its place. Now look for the center pieces where it goes. No, I don't need to do that. I forgot I got to finish up the pattern here. This pattern. This is the solve pattern. Twice, once, twice, up, once, twice, bring down, bring back, bring up. Now, I was thinking, you know, I might end up solving this whole thing, because sometimes you don't have it, just like the pyramid is what I was thinking, on the Rubik's pyramid, that the Rubik's Cube is the same thing. Sometimes you end up solving the whole thing and you didn't have to do the other part of the pattern. But it's important to know the other patterns in case it does that, because it doesn't always solve itself with the bottom. It just so happened that's how the pattern came to solve it. I happen to be in the same pattern to get it solved. Like the pyramid and all that stuff. The idea, but it's important to know all the patterns, even though you got lucky and the whole thing came into play, because it doesn't always do that. If it did, then it wouldn't matter memorizing a pattern. But since there are patterns, it's important to know them, because the pattern that just fell into play, I didn't have to do the other patterns. Because sometimes this might be all in its place, but out in the opposite way and this opposite way, and you do a long pattern to finish that up. I used to do it behind my back, and sometimes it's these two. Then you do this pattern, but if it's all like that,
You know you have a window open?
yeah, I'm using that for light source, so you can see my face. If I close it, then I look like a dark shadow.
Even a vampire?
Very funny. Yeah.
White Barnabas.
Yeah, dark shadows, I get it. Very funny. But you do the pattern to do the pattern. If you do the pattern, I did an experiment, if you do this pattern to get it solved, then I can do that pattern and then do it again, it'll get solved. And if I do the pattern on each one, then all of them will be like that. It's quicker that way than to do that one pattern I tend to forget. Then it gets it all done when they're all opposite but in the color line. So it's a combination of my movements plus a little bit of my ideas for the middle, my idea for the middle, and for the top, and the copper, and then the pattern for the bottom is the James D. Norris book, Simple Solution, 5 Easy Steps. 5th step is reward yourself. Go outside and shout with shouting distance that you solved the cube. Go back inside the house and reward yourself to the refrigerator. That's his 5th step. Alright, 5 easy steps. There were a lot of how-to books, but I got the simple solution, and then I got the ideal solution from Toys R Us, and then Kmart I got the simple solution. And then the Dutch made donuts, some of them they throw away, and the bees go in it, and the seagulls. But a friend of mine said, "Hey Bill, here's one of these books with, the book cover's broken out." I said, "Well, I don't know if we're supposed to have it." And they threw it in a dumpster, Bill. Oh, okay. And then I look, it has the rubiks snake, and how to put it in different patterns, and including in its solid state like a ball. And then it has Billy Sub's, the octagon shape. They say it's hard to solve it because it's like messing with a porcupine because of the points. But once you get it to the pattern, it'll look like a stop sign octagon all around, and then you can solve it normal. And then a face cube, it showed you patterns that way. This is all in the 1980s ideas information. At first I thought one pattern was easier than the other, solving its side. And then I found out later on when I could solve the whole thing, it doesn't matter what color you use, you just solve it. And then my friends let me know, since they pulled a prank on me at Christian camp, Salvation Army camp, and I think at the Wild Christian camp too. Anyway, without me knowing, they took the cube and they took a piece and put it in wrong, and I couldn't solve it. And then I said, "You guys must have did something because I don't see the pattern, and this is the first time I've come across this." And he said, "Well, we took a piece and put it in wrong. We thought it didn't matter and you could still solve it." I said, "Well, it's good that you did that. You just helped you to realize to do that, to teach me, and I can teach others." I mentioned that later on. I can teach others. This will help me to understand that if you take a piece in wrong or a center in wrong, you can't solve it. You get it all done, but those pieces, or a different corner or a middle piece or whatever. If you didn't start with the original pattern, you'll have a different corner, different piece. But if you start with the same color, then it'll be the very same corner and same piece. You got to take it out and put it in right. Or if they took the stickers off and turn them all around. But I said, it's good that you did that, because now I'm able to know that it has to be in a solid state and mix it up and solve it. If you pull it apart in the middle of solving, then you gotta just put the pieces back in, and if they don't match up, then you know the pieces weren't put in right, and then you put the pieces in right to solve it. There's no other way around it. That's something what we learned about this. Anyway, we get the idea. It's kind of hard to do it when Kyle Lather liked it when I was doing that, producing cards out of nowhere before the church start. He got a kick out of it. Taylor song does a good message about superheroes and Star Wars and Star Trek and all that.